This is 8:10 morning, April 8th, 2014, and I am having a very still my pillow stuck on my face, feeling in sensitivity state. Just woke up in my address and I'm really sleepy still. But suddenly I just knew about some things. But before I said anything, like the Tyler's Sodoma still says that makes me talk. It's going to say this. You're going to see now, oh yes, you're going to watch, then I'm telling you, it's going to say this, because it says everything that we are saying in the letters all the time, thinking that he says something and he means for something in even real, but here to be. How did it know? Oh my god, we took everything away and we are making a hole with angelics and witches and everybody taking everything off and reach us, but how did it know it? Because how did it know that's happening? Right. The reality of them talking all around the world. And what I were about is saying that, oh, you're going to see now, oh yes, of course, is that yesterday I were my nose having this, right? And suddenly they were saying that because I touched my nose, stretching my nose, I were putting some Kirchner's product and the Sodoma Ejército Argentino Armada Argentina PFA product in my nose, and Gobierno de la Ciudad de Buenos Aires CMF and Medical Council, some whitey shit around, and I just had the itchy thing in my nose, and I already explained the reason why over my morphology of my body, my anatomy, and also just itches. Because of their itches, because of sometimes itches, because of you have bugger, and because of their happens normally, and because of you have whatever they have, itches. And sometimes there only happens because of you have or a contamination or something which, I'm not saying this to be, but moniliasis, how is this other, trichomonasis, the EDG-A, the BTCTL4, the Pyogenes DMC20, the EBTL4, the Pyogen 4, the Pyogen 16, the Pyogen 21. Whenever you to contaminate, it just knows, and it just amplifies the and whenever you are in a very bad way to simple touch your nose and inside the nose, that's not really nice, it's ugly, but suddenly, well, sometimes there's simply happen that you have a very bother inside and you gotta normally or naturally acting with something. Sometimes you use some tissue, paper, dat effeminate, but it is you would use anything just to cleaning or simply go to the bathroom to try to make a hygiene. But the thing is, whenever bothers, you attend the bother, right? Sorry. So, the point of this whole just came to know that everything that I've exposed, and I apologize again for the so not proper words, and I'm serious, and I'm sorry that I'm apologizing not for another, but whenever the reactivity moment over the permanently being damaged and destroyed and sick, searched, hunted for less humanity with all the lavish invention of a bunch of degenerates on power's position for they do not lose, and keep on being and making the generations that they are for. You simply react and you simply get tired and you simply go, the hell is son of a snake, you tell them, and finish the thing over putting them in the hell or sticking away they educate death. Like anybody around the world will ever simply react and having the same character of situations to saying enough or enough. So suddenly, and found out that there are 2,118 prostitutes of Cristina Kirchner and Mauricio Macri and PFA and Ejército Argentino, which also the hole that generates with normally goes with the syringes. This is going to make you feel better, come on, make you disappear because of I'm not going to do this and I'm going to be the star of the world of the hell. Of course, the hell, not I, them. So suddenly the reality of this, well, the whole of the delirious force becomes Alex Gibson magnificent thing. And the whole delirious force in Pinheiro, in Alvear, and the aid of the border, and all of them bodies, bunch of cockroaches of hell, and the whole of them bodies of Arthur age, rapists, pedophilics, murderers, junkies, making the stamp of the brand of name. Because if I am the supreme doctor, I say delirious, everything is delirious, all of it, everything. And this is not ended here, and not ended in no reason. So suddenly, at the way of this all, came to be this truth, which they keeps on making less humanity, while the hell shit metropolitana government of the city of Buenos Aires police, with the pardon of a lot of victims and innocents which permanently were hunted and kidnapped, raped and murdered, but the rest all that generates inside that shit of a force for criminals and criminals' machineries and business of criminals and psychopaths to attend. Like normally Argentina Kirchners and all of the rest shit, Ejército Argentino, that were permanently making and living of and for. The stem shit of a land. Hell shit. Suddenly the truth of keeps on delirium, oh no, but we were trying to help them and trying to make them well. But here, those are them associates. Go, take them, rape them all, do whatever you want. We don't need them here. But they were trying to help me over the facade of the Malvedeja, like the Kirchners and this disgusting Sodoma faction. He said what we said. It keeps on making the mind-reading shit, the teller shit with the evangelic teller shit of a hocus pocus, the generation for the saying anybody, oh, I show you my power and my spirit and my glory is going to make you know that I am the supreme. Have you seen everything is like I say? The maximum of the godly chadashmatik abadanutum achaitimon halumut are the wisest of the Egypt. Oh yeah, Zoltan al-Hadi said what I wanted. The business of the faggots of Cristina Kirchner and everyone around. Sorry the words. So the reality, forgive me, scratches. And this is because if I want some stuff, some chunky stuff. Scratches my afadidishaha. Oh my god. I need it. Oh, he done and he said himself. The reality of this all is that are preparing all could have been terminated because of the layers all that can hypnotize the mother and finish the thing. And keeps the sickle shut for once, for twice, and for all mistakes. Up one way and not another, we were helping him, and this is just to help him. There's nothing criminal, needs medication, don't you see it? We're all the night in a very chill and all the night making all the generations with them bodies and everyone that wanted to, oh yeah, he wanted. And we knew we were there. Medical Council of Government of the City of Buenos Aires and Medical Forensics Corps. Justice says being of Argentina, Kirchner's, telling that they saw me, my face, making eye versus me, because of where a very curtain of water falling all over the city and says no satellite will ever see him. Have you seen? It's going to say and said what we said. The tellers faggots of the century still insisted that the generate cycle hell shit. So suddenly there is this special devices in the skies. And we have a very special devices which have a McAFFE technology to us. And there is this plasma laser technology that I've been talking for about the last 5 years that have a McAFFE us, which were used for the cause of these gifts and ancestors in calling me internationally psychopath, organized criminal terrorist. So suddenly there is this violet plasm canyon ray, which whenever on the target inland crosses by the whole cumulus nimbus, the whole of the clouds, and finds out the sign, and even at the status of the rain falling because of collision and the charges between the clouds and the crown at the same rain delivers to the crown. The violet canyon in the statics, like whenever the TV is sent that has the focus and you see what you want to find out. It's amazing. But the reality of this all is simply like it is. The answer that Ludwig wird Tachadim bidi Ingel Salim Bishtabi Khadasi. Oudlie Preachet de Leveches Amat Bihi Andal Khadi Bishtabi. Sportlatia Khadismotaria Presta Khadi Umanat Kadachai. They were helping me, but Federal Sodoma Police of Argentina expertises of the whole pretended president here. Criminal genociders, psychopath, liar, degenerate, organizers of criminals, and with a lumpy face in front of the screen all day, I'm the saint, I'm just trying to help that, and goes at the other side and puts the other mask, the other damn shit face, and whenever gets off of the didactic stages of Sodoma, goes inside of the closed-in doors and makes a premeditation and a riot like a neurotic damn hell prostitute will ever do, needing some fellas to erect over murder and destruction for sheer rain. So suddenly Cristina Fernandez the dictionary, that's what she is to. And always were the same. So, about this all, simply suppose they were helping me, but she had also the briefs of Metropolitana of Avian Tabato, are the last names. Adian Tabato. Bunches of degenerates, also 66. With them company of organized criminals, psychopaths, sodomatis, and prostitutes for the serving the degeneration of the millennium, like no other, and covering the shit of machineries of degenerate, saying, poor, you are under threat, better do what we say, we are going to help you. Murders all around and makes genocide for the keeping the shit excrement abomination lives of them demons, degenerates, chunky, lousy, them human crud, scum, misery, shit, in title of psychiatrists and all powers. Anything for them. Who is the worth and what is the worth around our real lives? Are we understanding what is a respectable and what is a piece of a shit? Any kind of our days here around and around everywhere? Are we understanding what is the real worth to keep? Because if you tell me a title in a government is a worth, whenever especially is a simple piece of shit, and I am not talking about no Mr. President Barack Obama, no Mr. President Shimon Peres, and no the people that makes the right job to try to help it. Don't you get ever confused. One thing is a person which struggles every day and try to keep ahead. A best ever to eating, best ever to having, best ever to hold, best ever to produce, and best ever to saving the day as best as possible, making this to be something that can we remain and understand working, or at least we were at the fact of building for. Another thing is Cristina Kirchner and all the generation of her. Another thing is Ejército Argentino and all them shit hell fact of them. And all the generation inside playing emotional, mental, spiritual intelligence. I'm your friend. Come touch my trouser. Make it hurt. Take it all. You are going to get my trouser. Let me push you and let me kill you. After this, I am going simply to save you because of I became a god. This is Argentina, with the burden of victims and innocence, and pretends this all I'm saying and I'm showing every day in the darkness sky, while since I just went to bed last night until now, like I know, and like I knew. 18,514 more persons in this country were murdered, and 12,114 massively raped and simply murdered for a couple of hours, and 404,229 more disappeared for massive rapes and murders, while the degenerates keeps on playing, oh, we say we do because of we are going to come in here instead of giving the face and the shape that we are making and saying this all in again. Parasites, demons, degenerates of Sodoma, saying that people will be with them because of fear will be the only choice but taking pieces of mine and everybody else's and saying, give me its spirit for I to say what is better to say. To be covenant, and people will believe. The prophets of Adapa Paashti, Baal Mala Naum, Moloch Pokochaata, BLYTT Akati, and Babylon Pochat Mashov. The generates evangelics with them all the way, and while I do this, they guess and read, so we are making it to say this, put them in jail because it says we are the government and we are going to be the stars God gave us. Kill them all, but sorry, them all, and do the job because of we command of those. That's what they say first. What they are in the beginning. That I know because of Hashem every day of my life. And never stop being true. I am who I am. And they, the reason of the whole abomination and the just. Hell, them, excrement, scum. And keeps on kidnapping people that wants to keep in me in some good and trying to get in me some well and trying to help me over some supporting, knowing that I am the real that I am, and I apologize again for the term. Tribe of Judah, tribes, root of BLYTT, royalty of God, Yahweh, of Israel, David's house, David king, Levi tribe, איש כי אתלתיך אנשאים מפיקדאים חבילתי. זו את רמל בפרדו שלשכה הנכחה that even writings shows about. I don't need to the liar. This the liar saying that I the liar, and this the liars pretending they to be the reason of my life and all true. Consciously that they do less humanity to kill them. On me and on all of the world because of everything starts off these things. For the Sodoma and Kirshnas and Tapilat. With the tellers that generates this, we say first, we are the start of anybody that has a real capacity and self-reality to giving what no bleed on of mind on the clear depth of our hearts and so true to be and making. They parasitism makes the whole of the machineries of the market of Sodoma tellers and cycles them shit of the hell. Put me its spirits, for I to say what's better. National Argentinian Sodoma Security Ejército Argentina Defense of the most of the whores and prostitutes and faggots Sodomaki to making destruction happen in the lives of people. And suddenly the truth of this all insists in everything on this and telling they and no other to suppress, disappear, and taking positions and saying we the men, we are no other. And to make the whole of the theater like I were telling over the 10 shit of the markets of them in any parasite and the generator around to hear them. And 10 shit of the hell to consciously seek for the opportunism of this damn hell machinery of Sodom shit. They do keep promoting the chances of the govern of the world. We the stars of goes out there's the thing this Schlach, which means Iblotoba, which means I'm sorry I'm lost in my words in Spanish, but this is a simple word like bluff thing. So suddenly they really think they are divine, and they really think they will be God, and they really think they are the worth. Then one ship of hell neuron working, which every day, non-stopping, and people keeps on falling, dying, and oh, we have it, we are going to make it last, but first we gotta rape and murder. Actually, Gil says, everyone of that, so there is just a rape actually, and we kill them. What's the scandal? Oh my god, that's hip mindset about what we do? Anything? We wanna rape the mother. Oh, he really bothers for? We are raping its guys, its friends. He bothers? What's the matter him? It is all okay, it's alright. Just stop rape. And we kill them. What's the scandal? Everything is okay. He bothers. Argentina Kirchner. Argentina officialism. The most of the theaters of the whole flesh and bones hell creatures. Never seen no other day anywhere. And keeps on putting the stamp saying the whole of the psychiatrists of the government justifies and says, this all I say is the liars. while on the bottom of this all even United Nations and even International Court of Justice received from Metropolitana last night and afternoon yesterday, and hold them shit of liars about any kind of an invented shit for the coverage of the whole damn machineries. This all I denounced since the beginning until today. Shit all around business and positions and the protection for the government of the world to possess, and the whole of the damn faggots tellers gives them stretching hands. We dominate. Oh, we are the ones that says, and here it's us. He is the guesser. This is a crime, and we gotta put him in jail, and we gotta internate. Of course we do, because if it is what we say. I show you what it is of this the generation of the hell right now. And this is what I'm going to say, and I'm sorry for this moment. I am having a very lousy taste lately because of this damn shit, and I shouldn't pay no much attention. The problem is I am in the middle of the mess, and there is a suddenly 11 years with non-stopping mainnet and second after another making. As the generation like today, we all suffer. And I had the condition and point for making what I had to. I could set fire, and I wouldn't be here not anymore. But at least I will make another eclipse. The problem will be I just go away like much other, and the world will still be at the shadow of the beast around with this kind of a shit. So suddenly I have a lot of more to do, same with me, and much better. I've never helped us, and what I were about is showing to you. Yes, yes. Alejandro Mario Blanco, REDEMI, Buenos Aires, April 8th, 2014, 8:37 this morning. No address. Just woke up and still my pillow in my face, and feeling really besmirched, crumpled, raped, robbed, ruined, tired, for this hell abominable shit cockroaches that doesn't stop to making premeditation, IDing, mentoring, and all the generation about all as criminals that generates are to remain, living off and for less, being held that shit. So suddenly I don't even understand American English neither. They makes me speak and they makes me say what I'm saying. Even when I mistake, it's because if I'm not reading okay, I guess then they says about my tell. So, should we, any other view of the world? I think it will be good. You are at the same way thinking? How about this? MTLCM, Marvin Sperket, point INT in the HTTPS. This is the regular name, and target is B E R G K A U I H T Z point INT. This will be a simple BDRDM, and if there doesn't work, you just dial bouncer on the ADLT key, whoever knows the BMC institutions, which they are for the brief population about what happens with ISIS in New York. You simply dial and communicate and ask for the reality of the days of us, and what's the matter on the new day in the world, April 8th. There you will have everything, and if there is not that, we have an HTTPS www Cuando mi vida venga a manos de mi Creador, Yahweh, y las realidades de los degenerados sean sus cánceres en toda la eternidad. Point INT, OS recall, 4, F4, last E here, and then a cleaner WIHT for redirectioning and the generation space still does permanently living 4 off on time. And same choices in New York. Last week, F15 on the systems of ONSI will be F4 on Vectica, so there will be an F1 will be okay. I hope this to be interesting for the studying some better, if possible, this morning, like to whatever to struggle and fight, to be as most wiser and clear about what and where and which, and if I'm going to help us all. And I apologize again for the soul feeling like a collapse after the generation of Argentina over this world. And words that makes the screen again with I not wanting just to even one tells I'm a liar and a manipulator. Sorry.